stood out when you went back and watched what Zach did last week?
There were some good things. I really appreciated the entire offense together as a group. We were efficient. We were more efficient on third down and allowed us to get into some of the things that we wanted to accomplish in that game. Still not good enough, though, across the board. We got to be better.
Was it good to see Zach have a game like that after everything that was said?
He's done a great job blocking everything out and continually growing as a quarterback within the system. And I appreciate that about him. And he knows that he has a lot more to give. And we're just going to continue developing.
What did you like best about the way he functioned on the other night?
Throughout the game, whether something went good or bad, he stayed the same throughout the game. So I appreciated that. He understood what we were trying to accomplish within that game, the different plays that we had, the ways that we were trying to attack them, and he was unbelievably efficient, whether it was throwing the ball down the field, making plays. I mean, he had one great check that ended up being an explosive play, and that's something that is very exciting for us to see that he was able to take advantage of. So you see him grow every game, and I think that's what you're looking for, is just to continually get better.
How about the synergy with you and him now compared to 3 weeks ago?
I think it's been good. Like we had talked about last week, I think it's overall as an offense, we haven't been efficient enough. So we haven't gotten to get into the things that we've wanted to do. I think this was the first game that we got some first downs and we were able to get in to what we had planned for.
So you've worked with a lot of quarterbacks over the years, obviously. In your experience, is this the type of performance by Zach that could kind of, as far as his confidence, just make things click a little bit and like, okay, this is how it's supposed to look for me?
I mean, you hope so. I think that the great thing about that game was, as good as everybody's saying that he did, he knows how much better he can be. I think that's always great. You always want to grow in this game. Myself as a coach, I'm always growing. The players across the board are always growing. So I think it's one of those things that he looks back at it and goes, wow, look at all these other opportunities I had, and I played good. So I think for him it's just continually growing. Don't get too excited, don't get too upset, and stay the same and keep developing.
Well, how much better can he be?
Only time will tell. Got to continually develop and continually get experience within this system. I think that all quarterbacks, whenever you full sail change something, and there are some things that are alike, there's a whole different thought process. So I think the more comfortable he gets, the better he'll be.
Hey, what are your emotions on going back to Denver?
Got to go win a football game.
How did they treat you there?
Great.
You talked about growing up. How much did you feel like you grew as a play caller, Jim, just based on the experience you had last year in Denver and then coming here in this new situation? Like, how much do you feel like you've grown since last year?
That's a great question. I think I learned something every single game. I think experience is so critical whenever you're calling plays for situations, for the guys that you're calling the plays for. Kind of getting a feel for the running backs, the tight ends, the wide receivers, the offensive line, how you can help them. As a coach, we don't get to play, but you want to continually put them in good spots. So you always want to feel that way. And I think that was a really good feeling during that game, to feel the guys really get into a rhythm, because that's what you're trying to accomplish. So I think I grew a lot this entire season up to this point just for this team.
What kind of, in the 2 months since Peyton's comments came out, what kind of support have you gotten from the people around you, like your players, other coaches here, people around the league? What kind of feedback, support have you gotten?
It's been great. It's been great. I think that for all of us, our sole focus is on winning a football game. We got to get better on offense, and we got to do our part to be able to score more points.
So are you able to compartmentalize that? I mean, because obviously that's going to be the topic of conversation, even on TV during the broadcast. They're going to be talking about those comments. And how do you do that?
That's how this game is. As a coach, in every single thing we do, you can only control what you can control. And for me, I can control trying to get these guys in the best position to go beat the Denver Broncos.
Did you ever talk to him? Like at
No.
the time, he said he never.
Nope.
Did he reach out, or you didn't accept the call, or?
Nope.
Nothing.
Well, if he approaches you to talk about it, will you talk to him?
Let's put it this way, everyone. This game is about those guys out on that field. This game is not about me. It's about me helping them during the week. But I just want the guys to go out there and play a great game. That's all we're looking for. And what has happened is, in the past, we all move forward. Coaches definitely just focus on trying to get the guys in the best positions, and that's what we're doing right now.
You are, though, I mean, in a way, you are human. And, I mean, the things that he said, they were pretty pointed. I don't know if it was me. It's like, this is your first opportunity to kind of go against it. Is there any bit of that in you to think like, yeah, I want a little?
Every game we want to win, and every game we want to put the guys in great position, and that's what I'm trying to do this week also.
Having that experience from last year, what was the number one thing that you learned just being a head coach?
There's so many things. I don't think there's just one. I think that I'll always take that from me. Don't want to let those get out there because other people have to go through that experience to understand how to grow.
Given that you want this week to be about your players, did you address it in meetings so you could sort of get the elephant out of the room and move forward?
Nope. Just got to get ready for another game to win.
Do you take any at all satisfaction in the fact that you were roundly criticized for last year and not much has changed there this year?
I haven't really watched their offense. I work primarily with the offense. I know there's some people in that organization that I really care about a lot. And, hey, that's part of it. I just want to go get a win.
Why were you comfortable last week letting Zach let it rip?
I would say we always want that. I think, again, when we look back at those first couple games, we never got into a rhythm. So we definitely wanted to do that, and getting a couple of those first downs and getting the guys in a rhythm is why we were able to do what we did.
When a defense gives up 70 points, which happens so rarely, how much can you take from that game, and how much does it feel like to some degree it's an aberration?
I mean, I look, one of the best players on their team is Justin Simmons. I know him being out was definitely something that kind of triggered that. But, I mean, I thought Miami had a great game plan versus them. And so you always kind of look at some of those things and see what you can pull from it. But every game is a different challenge, and every defense is going to play you a little bit different and might not do the exact same thing. So you have to be ready for how you think they're going to play you. Miami's got some pretty unique skill players over there, so they did some different things.
After everything that happened last year, I know Robert has talked about you could have just stayed home. Why did you want to get back right away?
Love this game. I mean, you ask yourself, why do you do this? You do it for the relationships. You do it to be able to be with those guys and watch them have success out there. Watch Zach grow like we're all talking about, and seeing him develop as a quarterback is why we do this. That's why anybody teaches. Why do teachers teach? They love seeing the kids grow and gain knowledge and become better people. And I think that's why I do it. And I think it was a great decision that we made to come here to this great organization and help everybody get better.
When Connor McGovern talked to us after the game, he said that the plan going into last week was to win the game and coaching not to lose. As it was relayed to him on Monday, I'm just curious how that went in your mind and what that game plan, how it was.
Say that one more time,
yeah,
the
Connor McGovern
message.
said that the plan going into the game was the coach to win instead of not to lose. That's like his direct words. So I'm just curious what your message was and how you changed the strategy.
I think my message was, let's get some first downs, do the details, and we'll be able to do all the things that we wanted to plan for.
Then, do you think Peyton regrets what he said?
I don't know. Ask him.
How excited are you about Breece Hall, where he's at physically?
Very. I think a lot of the guys you see, when we first started, we had some guys coming off of injury. We had a shuffle on the line, so I think that going into this game, it's great to have those guys all practicing together. Breece getting his legs underneath him, and Dalvin too. All those guys, I think all of them are starting to come along as we get later on in the season.
What have you made of Jeremy Ruckert? He played a lot more this last game. It seems like he's shown quite a bit as a blocker, and he had that nice catch on the sideline. What have you seen from him so far?
I was thinking of y'all. Somebody asked how we get more people involved. I think that was one of the questions last week, and I was on the sideline thinking, oh, look at all these things we get to do because we got a first down. Jeremy's great. I mean, we love Ruck. We love all the tight ends. We want to get all those guys involved. Zay got involved, all the things, and it was funny. I was like, they're going to think because they said that, that's why we did that. But the reality of it is when you get a couple drives in and you get a couple first downs, you get to showcase a lot of different people. I think that was the case this past week.
How much have the other assistants and the coach been picking your brain about what kind of a resource you can be, knowing the personnel, Russell Wilson, et cetera?
A little bit. That's something that a lot of people always talk about, kind of that, do you have the knowledge of the system? Do you have the knowledge of the player? I remember when I first started, I dove in, not going to mention the team, but I dove in to a guy that had been at a team that we were about to play. And it was funny because got a lot of information, and then we got to the game and we didn't see one thing that he talked about. So it's a chess game. They know that we know that we know that they know that we all know what we know. And so you have to take that with a grain of salt. There's always a couple things you want to throw if you have some, kind of 100%, or I would say nothing's 100%, maybe a 95%. But, we've also had to get ready for our game too. So we've corresponded a little bit.
Joe Tippin had a couple of starts, just kind of how he's meshed and progressed with the offensive line.
He's done a very good job. It's a position that he hasn't played. He's been center like we had talked about, and I think for him to step in there and be able to contribute and do it at a high level has been great. And I think anytime you can get a rookie that can offer you some starting snaps is fantastic. So I'm excited to see him continue to develop at that position.
We're only responsible for the good plays, by the way, not the bad ones.
Hey, no doubt. Bad ones were me.
Yeah. Thank you.
So how does it feel going back to a place where you suffered your significant injury a year ago?
It's just another football game to me. It's not that big of a deal.
Robert said today that you're not on a pitch count anymore, was his phrasing. Is it kind of exciting that you're not really don't have to think about that?
I never really did think about it, to be honest. He's just letting y'all know. But, at the end of the day, we all just here to win games. That's all we want to do is win.
How do you feel at this point compared to early in the training camp?
A lot better. I think the hardest part of me coming back was the early in training camp because you just deal with, back-to-back practices and stuff, like a lot of knee soreness and stuff like that. Now I'm just able to go out there and just be myself every day. So I don't really have, like you said, no restrictions or anything like that anymore, so it's been good.
You say it's another game. Did you ever go back and look or anything of what happened to you on that day? Did you ever do anything?
I think I watched it a few times, after I got hurt. But, if you watch it, it doesn't look like anything, actually happened. So it's just, this is just a normal video. It just looked like I was running and fell. So now I don't really watch it anymore.
Did you know right away then?
Right away what?
Was that serious?
Nah, it felt weird. But if you sit there and watch the tape, I got up on my own and everything like that, and was walking around on the way to the locker room and everything like that. And then they made me get on the cart just in case anything had happened. And then so we found out later on in the game or whatever.
Did you and ABT spend a lot of time together after you both got hurt?
Yeah, we were out here by ourselves with Makai a little bit too, and some other guys. But it sucked. But we made it better for each other, just being there for each other and everything.
When you look at how you feel right now, and considering that the season ended there last year for you, and you were on a tear,
Mm-hmm.
do you kind of feel like, hey, I can pick up where I left off and get back to that now that you feel close to 100%, if not?
Yeah, I'm still not even a year removed from surgery and stuff, or a year removed from my injury and stuff yet, and only 9-10 months from surgery or whatever. And I'm honestly just blessed to be back on the field. And really being able to play good football again. I don't look like I really lost a step. And so it's just a blessing to be out there and be around guys like MC, Dalvin, be around guys like Aaron, Zach, Allen, defensive guys like Quinnen and Quincy, just guys like that every day.
How important was it to have that kind of support when you had ABT going through a similar injury and also Makai as well?
Yeah, it was kind of different, because I would come in. He did a lot of his stuff in the training room, and so I was transitioning from the training room to outside to the weight room and stuff like that. So we'd be in there in the mornings just goofing around and stuff, and then I go outside and I'm outside with one of our ATs, and it's just us, me and the AT out there with our strength coach and stuff like that. So we'd probably be with each other for a good hour or two, just goofing off, joking around, and we'd be messing around with the ATs, just sometimes you wake up and you don't feel like doing anything, so we'd be in there complaining and stuff like that. But it was fun. It was a blessing to just go through that with him, and we kind of push each other through it as well.
Last season, that was kind of a turning point to a negative direction for this team. Do you think this year, now the health that you have, could be a turning point the other direction for you guys?
Yeah, I think in general we have we're healthy, so it's been good. Obviously, you have the big injury to Aaron or whatever, but for the most part, guys have been healthy. Guys have been out there every week. It's good to see everybody out there at practice being able to do their 1/11th on the field, offense, defense, and special teams. So, yeah.
How important is it to build off the offensive momentum you guys had in the Chiefs game?
Very important. Happy for Zach. Zach needed that game, and he showed what he could really do. He played his tail off the O-line. They run blocked well, they pass blocked well, they did everything well. Receivers did their thing, and then defense did their thing, holding the Chiefs to however many points they scored. Special teams did their thing too, so we just got to carry the momentum and actually go get a win.
Given the comments from Sean Payton in the offseason, is there any desire to go out there and perform for your offensive coordinator here?
I mean, he said what he said, and that's that. I don't think it has too much to do with us. We're just trying to go out there and execute what we do at the end of the day.
Do you think you were going to score on that long run the other day?
Yeah, I did. And then I saw Conk trip, and then I tried to cut back, and they kind of had been grabbing my jersey and tackling me by my jersey all day. He kind of just latched on and kind of like dropped his weight, and we just both fell down. But, you take pride in, that play right there, that's like a game-changing play. I take pride in that. So, after the game, I was really like frustrated, beat myself up about that because, running backs were like human erasers and game changers. So, I felt like if I scored a touchdown there, it kind of changes the whole momentum of the game. So, with that, it just shows like how much I really care, how much I really want to make an impact, and how much I really wanted to win.
I know you're a chill guy, but how eager are you to score a touchdown, and what do you think that feeling will be once again?
I mean, I scored a touchdown before. Obviously, you want to score.
Post-injury.
Yeah, you want to score every week, but like I said, I feel like myself. Like, obviously, I went through the rehab and everything like that, but I'm still out there playing football. Still look good playing football and everything like that. So the touchdown's gonna come. I ain't really worried about that.
Breece, on that long run, we saw AVT, Tittman, and Rucker all on the second level,
Yeah.
kind of clearing the path. Like, how exciting is it in those moments when you see guys like that out in front of you? And
Yeah, just to see the guys that big moving like that is crazy. And I get the toss. Ruck's motion over, I get the toss, and as soon as Zach tosses me the ball, my eyes get big. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a good run and everything. So it was good.
The Broncos have given up more rushing yards than any team. You look at them, what do you see in maybe some of their shortcomings?
They have been one of the top defenses the past few years in the NFL, and I think they're adjusting to a new system right now. So you definitely can't take them for granted and can't go in there like just thinking it's going to be easy because they were one of the best defenses just last year. And so, like I said, they're just adjusting to their new system. It's always going to take us a little bit of time. So we just hope that we can go in and execute what we do.
Woody posted a picture of you and JB Smoove together. Said you guys were two funny guys. What do you think about the comedy there? Are you a comedian behind the scenes?
No, I'm not really a big comedian. I'm a big fan of JB Smoove though. That's my guy right there. He do a lot of funny videos, funny movies, different things. I was a huge fan, man. So when I seen him, it was super dope to get a picture of him to learn that he was a Jets fan. So that was super cool moment for me. So.
Going to be one of those Caesars commercials soon with them?
I hope so. He's super cool though. So.
How about the game, man? Last year it seemed like Denver was kind of a turning point for you guys the wrong direction. Do you look at this week as an opportunity to use that same field to turn the season around in the right direction?
Not really looking at it that. Just looking at it to go out there, get better from what we did last week and the weeks before, and put our best foot forward, put our best foot ahead, and try to win football games, man. That's the whole thing around here. That's the whole thing in general. So going to try to attack this week and come out with a W. So.
I know you kind of say that every week, but this week they're playing a team where the coach made some comments about your offensive coordinator here. How much does that weigh into it? I mean, you hear about bulletin board material all the time.
Yeah.
Do you want to go out there and perform for your offensive
I want to perform in general, man. I want to win football games in general. I'm not a big fan of rat poison or different what people got to say. Every single week I just try to put my best foot forward, give my best each and every down, and do it all I can do to help this football team win. So that's the main goal at the end of the day. So if we get a win, I'm pretty sure he's going to be happy, and the other coach is going to be mad. So.
Q, what adjustments do you make the week leading up to this game with the altitude change?
I done played at Denver a long time. I don't think it's really a big adjustment. I think you just got to go out there and play football and not really think about it. So.
When you look at the success that the Chiefs had on the ground last week, how much of that is a focus now going into this game, and what do you see that you could have cleaned up?
It's a lot of stuff that we can clean up last week, man. That was an amazing Super Bowl caliber team, man, and we did a lot of great things that was good, man. But starting off fast is a big thing we talked about, and just doing the right things early in the game is a big thing. Just communication, man. On that, I know one run, he had a long run on 31. It was a big communication and lining up and different things like that. And like every week I speak the same thing, man. When we communicate, we all on the same page, man. I feel like we're the number one defense in the league, and we're unstoppable to score on. So when it comes down to miscommunication and not being on the same page, you have big plays like the Patriots and big plays like last week that goes into not communication and not being on the same page. So that's why I always come in and say our main focus is being on the right page and being on the same page, because when we on the right page, we're on the same page. Like you've seen, like it's hard to score in there. So.
You got the captaincy, and last week we had Saul about that. He said, that you stand for, you embody everything the team does. How special was that for you?
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It was a big thing that I guess it's pretty cool to have a C on your jersey. That's pretty dope. But man, all I can do is just do what I do every single day, man. The C don't make me no different player than I am now, or a different person. It don't turn me to this big guy or anything like that, man. I just be myself and try to lead by example every single day, by putting my best foot forward and doing the things I can do to help this team win football games and change this thing around. So.
Who has the best tasting cereal on the team?
Breece Hall just came out with this amazing cereal, probably like a week ago, that everybody got to go get, and it's good. So it's not really in my nutrition plan.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you.